tell you what, a career in comedy has not been something I've ever considered before. However, after reading a little bit about this story, I think I may take a little crack at it and see what I can do. I might book myself in for a session, one of those comedy nights, and see what I can do. If I can make a career in it, I may enter that Britain's Got Talent, America's Got Talent. I may find myself having a new hobby, a new skill set. The skill set is that I could be the best comedian this country has ever seen. Can I tell you why? I think I might be the best comedian I've ever seen. Are you ready for this one? Are you ready for this one? According to reports, yes, you heard me right, reports, Spurs have got a keen interest in taking Jared Bowen from West Ham to White Hart Lane or whatever the fucking stadium's called. Are you having an absolute bloody bubble? Proper jokes, like absolutely infuriating, ridiculous link. I don't doubt for a second that Tottenham are interested. I don't doubt for a second other clubs are sniffing around Jared Bowen. But let me tell you something right now. If you are watching this show, Jared Bowen ain't leaving West Ham. And I tell you something right now. If he leaves West Ham, he ain't going to Spurs. Trust me when I say that. Trust me when I say that. Who wouldn't be looking at most of West Ham players right now? Because that is what happens when you do well or you come off the back of winning a tournament like West Ham have. So expect the links to keep coming. But this one is absolutely ridiculous. The two clubs have not done any business for years. There's an unwritten rule that they don't do business with each other since back in the heyday. It just does not happen. But even out with that, why the hell would Jared Bowen want to leave West Ham and go to Tottenham Hotspur? Now, there is no ifs or buts about it. The 26-year-old has had very decent success at West Ham over in his career since he moved from Hull City, and he's gone from strength to strength each season that he's been with us, albeit the Premier League season wasn't fantastic, but he has been integral to our success during our season that's just finished. He had a total of 7 goal contributions in his 11 matches at the Europa Conference League stages, all throughout the stages. So he had a very good turn, but he had also 21 goal contributions in his 54 matches. And he's also found himself into the England international setup as well. So that's really impressive over the past few seasons. And of course, people are going to be looking at it. And Tottenham are the latest club to be interested in the services, and they're keen to put him in his ranks, and that's what they're thinking of doing. They've got a few priorities that they want to do, and they're looking for someone who can be versatile in their team, someone who can play it wide as well as in a central role. And Bowen is the perfect fit for that. While their new manager, Ange Postecoglou, already had some of the best attackers at his disposal, he would be looking to add to those ranks. But they are keen to add to their ranks. But I tell you something right now, they are not getting Jared Bowen. Let's not beat about the bush. What we do know about Jared Bowen is the fact that Jared Bowen is in talks with West Ham about tying down his long-term career with us, with the aim that we can potentially look at potentially doubling his wages. Now, what this means is that if West Ham are negotiating, we're currently paying him about £60,000 a week, which does put him quite far back down the ranks of the West Ham squad in terms of earnings. But West Ham are willing to reward him with a 6-figure weekly wage, so taking him into the hundreds or 100,000 mark, potentially doubling his package as well. And on top of that, you may find that he could get extra bonuses throughout the season. And do you know what? He's a player that definitely deserves it because he absolutely offers us something down that wing, and also the fact that he plays so many games. Now, I'm not beating about the bush here. I've put in the show, Spurs want Bowen. I will crack the joke the next time. I wasn't even going to do a show like this when I heard the Jared Bowen link. But I equally thought, do you know what? I do believe Tottenham want Jared Bowen. But categorically, I'm telling you, he will not go. Could you imagine the house? This is not the reason, right? what I'm about to bring up is not the reason why he wouldn't go, but it's definitely going to add to the situation. He's married to Danny Dyer. Look at his father-in-law. They've just had babies. He loves the club. He speaks out about the club. He speaks like he wants to be at the club. Of course, he wants to be at the club. I don't doubt for a second the guy wants to push in his career. No footballer would want to do that, but he's not stupid. He is not stupid, which puts this link to bed. Like, there's no point, really, in theory, of us dwindling on it, because Jared Bowen is not leaving. First and foremost, leaving West Ham, because if he did, he'd get his arse kicked from his missus and his father-in-law. Secondly, he's never going to play for Tottenham Hotspur. So if you're a Tottenham fan watching us, don't think this is going to happen, because it's blatantly not. I will crack the jokes the next time. Could you imagine what Danny Dyer would say? Both of them. But on top of that, just the unwritten rule. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And anyway, we sign him down to a long-term contract. We build upon the team we've currently got, put him out on the right-hand side, bring someone else in to challenge on the left-hand side, put someone in through the central. We have to look at seeing what happens with the striker situation. Jared Bowen gets his goals. We don't doubt that for a second whatsoever. Jared Bowen will potentially keep on scoring West Ham goals. And that's what we've brought him in for. And he's going to, in my opinion, genuinely, and I mean this it's most sincerely, he will keep getting West Ham goals. He will keep growing into this role. Like, he has won this European Cup with West Ham, and he is absolutely flying in his career. So, like I said, let's put to bed the fact that there's talk about Tottenham interested in Jared Bowen. Let me just tick that box. They are interested in Jared Bowen. Let me just put a big cross through the next box. He ain't going to them. Don't you worry. And I'll put a cross through the box. Jared Bowen's still at West Ham next season, so don't you worry about that one. Join me later on. We'll have another show coming out for you on the Sunday. Hope you're all okay. Of course, if you're new around here, hit the cheeky subscribe button. We're on the march towards 20,000 subscribers. Why not give us a bit of a supporting hand? Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification as well. Join us on the membership program. We're looking to review that. So going to have some really exciting stuff coming out to you on the membership program as well. Anyway, have a good one. Take it easy. And come on, you Irons. And don't worry, Jared Bowen ain't going nowhere. Tottenham.